So, I just discovered something really cool. Yesterday, I was scrolling on Instagram and watching reels. I came across this girl's videos. She was wearing a deep neck crop top, and you could see her cleavage, okay, like properly. You won't believe what I did. I scrolled past the video and I did not slut shame her. I came across this fascinating concept in a book that I read recently. It is called Mind Your Own Business and Don't Continuously Believe that Women Have to Dress According to What You Think is Right or Wrong. Yeah, I think that's what the concept was. I hope you got it, okay?
Okay, Gal Gadot, accordance with your permissions, now I wanna show them that how Divija Bhasin is wrong, that how we can ignore revealing cloth and how we can respond against the revealing cloth. And now let's see as a here I can show the two girls uh, in the story. The story is of a report of planning on the table of Mossad headquarters. Okay. Now here story is I can show two types of Gal Gadot. One type of Gal Gadot is feminist Gal Gadot and another type of Gal Gadot is misogynist Gal Gadot. Okay. It is it is feminist Gal Gadot and it is misogynist Gal Gadot. Okay. And now here we can see when feminist Gal Gadot would report on would report to Mossad headquarters, she would say, "Dear sir, I have a plan that how we can attack on pro-Palestinian Bangladeshi army general." Okay, but first of all, feminist Gal Gadot would say some nonsense plans that would support pro-Palestinian Bangladeshi army generals. But today's story is that, feminist Gal Gadot, when feminist Gal Gadot would be on the points, Israeli Mossad officer would like feelings be like, oh, I apologize. In the disclaimer that I apologize to defend some reputation of Israeli Mossad officers, but now it is just a story. Israeli Mossad officer is the best officer in the Arabian world. Okay. Now, some young Mossad officer would feeling like that. Oh, she is so hot. She is so sexy, multiple by C. Well, I wanna unethical honeymoon with her. It would it would be the probable that how well it is. My intention is not to defame Israeli Mossad officer, but the feminist Gal Gadot clothes appearance is only to distract Israeli young Mossad officer from the exact plans. Okay, and it is the most dangerous as I think. But now, here we can say we know that the feminist Gal Gadot always wanna reveal a cloth where cleavage can be shown properly, but on the other hand, I wanna tell you just for 2 minutes. Okay, recording is okay. Well, now I wanna tell you that how misogynist Gal Gadot would be uh, responded from from her higher officers of Israeli Mossad agency. Okay. Now here a misogynist Gal Gadot would wear the proper dress. Okay. Now here she is planning how we can sabotage to assassinate the Bangladesh Army General. Okay. Now here is operation name is Operation Dhaka, or I would like to tell you that Operation Dhaka Bangladesh. Operation Bangladesh. Okay. And now here we can see Bangladesh is a pro-Palestinian countries, but now here we can I can tell you that how misogynist Gal Gadot is perfect to contribute our points. Okay, first of all, here we can see, and here I can say the group of points. Every layer is grouping. Okay, first of all, Israeli Mossad agent misogyny Gal Gadot planning is like that. Okay, departure is Tel Aviv, Israel, and the arrival is Dhaka, Bangladesh. Departure is arrival Israel and Tel Aviv, Israel, and the arrival is Dhaka, Bangladesh. Okay. Now it is the driving routes. Well, the driving distance is almost 7,036 kilometers. Okay. Now here we can see that is 7,036 kilometers, and the driving time is 0.28 seconds. Okay. Yes, you are right. Driving time would be 0.28 seconds. Okay. Well, now we can say what about the points? I would tell like that. November 3, 2025, evening 6 p.m. 17 minutes. Well, Israeli Mossad agent Gal Gadot departed from Tel Aviv, Israel, and she would reach Dhaka, Bangladesh in what words? Well, November 3, 2025, evening 6 p.m. 17 minutes, 0 second, 500 milliseconds. Okay. Now it will be like because the actual driving time is 0.28 seconds. Okay. Now, here, what is the point? Here, the kinetic power would be 2.3 trillion megawatts. Now, let me tell you that Bangladesh annual electric production is 6,000 megawatts. Oh, I have guys, 6,000 megawatts. But Israeli Mossad car content kinetic power would be through 2.3 trillion megawatts. Okay. Now here, well, 2. That would be like that. Almost 2,300 billion megawatts. Okay. 2,300 million divided by 6, that means 400 million times the car would generate kinetic powers. Then Bangladeshi electric products, electric production, annual productions. Okay. Now, it is the point. That is a first point. Now, second point is the fuel would be artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature, okay, of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius. So, necessary fuel weight would be 1.93 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 666,655 kilogram. That is less than 1 picograms. Okay. Now, when that is less than 1 picograms, you can see what's the point. Okay. Now you can see what's the points. Here we can see the points. It is Misogynist Gal Gadot. Okay. Now, why I am saying like that? Okay. Gal Gadot, you can say some points, and I would of myself. Okay. Well, Michaela, you have a genius points, and now I would tell some things. It is dangerous as I can see. Okay. The dangerous point is like that. Here, how is going to the points? In how misogyny his women officer works versus how feminist women officer works. Now here we can tell you that. Okay, here is the next point. Okay, now here, feminist me, when I can go to the officer points and I can go to the officer to tell about the plan to sabotage Bangladesh Army generals. Okay. Now, as a feminist woman, well, I know that a feminist me cannot show that what is our plan and how our plan can be executed to assassinate Bangladesh army generals, because feminist me has no knowledge to sabotage anything. Well, now here we can say, I would say some, wow, what about the beautiful moments? I would like to love you. You can see me. You can see my body, how I am sexy multiple by cot C, and you can buy me to have an unethical honeymoon for one night. That would be the plan of feminist me to assassinate the Israeli Mossad agent. That is feminist me. Okay. Now it is the well. Now Israeli Mossad young officers would say, well, the feminist me has no knowledge, but I am cosec C multiple by cot C. Here we are. So I can be bought with the high amount of Israeli shekel to have an unethical honeymoon for one night. Okay, that means feminist me is the great threat for sovereignty of Israel. Okay, now well, I would like to attack it. How would I do that? I would show my sleeveless shirt. I would show my cleavage. Everything is points. Okay, it is the points. Now I would explain that how misogynist me can work. Okay, now here we can see misogynist me can work is like that. That how my plan is, well, to assassinate the Bangladesh Army General. We know Bangladesh Army General is Wakaruজ্জামান accordance with calendar 2025 November month. Okay, and here we can see, I don't know about the last part of November or the future, if Wakaruজ্জামান would be Bangladesh Army General or not. Here I could not guarantee it. Okay, now here we can see, when misogynists want to show that what is my plan to attack Dhaka, Bangladesh in the name of Operation Dhaka, where the target would be Bangladesh Army General Wakaruজ্জামান to be assassinated. Well, here what is my plan? Here I would explain. Okay, and here we can see, you can notify me that I am Misogynist Gal Gadot know better that how Well, I misogynist Gal Gadot know better that how my points that I can explain that what is the points. I know the Newtonian kinetic energy. I know Newtonian kinetic power. I know thermal energy. I know thermal Mill law. And I know engine capability. And it is my achievement. Okay. And now here we can see in this level of achievement, I can say that here would be okay. 1.9 okay. Here we can say uh, our necessary fuel weight would be 1.93 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 666,655 kilograms of artificial solar arc reactor with the temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius. Okay. And I know that what is the kinetic power, because I know the Newtonian kinetic physics, because here my travel would be because here my travel would be 0.28 second of time, and the distance would be driving distance would be 7,036 kilometers, and it is my achievement that I can do it. For the moments, here you can see it is the points. Okay. Now, it is my point that I can show the what is kinetic power and what is kinetic energy. Well, and in the case, I don't need to show me more attractive to my Mossad young officers, because I have my talent that without showing my cleavage, sleeveless arms, I don't need to show my complete cleavage and sleeveless arm, and I can well, here we can see that I can show what is the talent. I can show how we can assassinate the Bangladesh Army General with our motor Newtonian kinetic energy and motor thermal Neil law of it is our achievements. Well, now here it does start with the significant points. Okay. Now here it is the points. But now something like that 12 144. Okay. Now here I can change it. That means I can travel the 4 times. Okay. Here distance would be here. Here my distance would be simple. Okay. Now here my distance would be simple. It would be 4 times. Well, here 4 multiplied by 7 is 28. 36 multiplied by 4 is 144. Okay. And now 28 multiple by 4. 8 multiple by 4 is 32 and 2 multiple by 4 is 8. Well, 8 multiple by 4 is, what will be that? 112. Here would be 112. Okay. It is okay for me. But now here you can see that what about the points? The points is like that. We have to divide the kinetic energies by 4. Because here 4 times increase, here 4 times increase. 4 multiplied by 4 is now what? 16. And 4 cube is 64. 64 divided by 16 is what? Guess what? It is 4. Okay. And it is divided by 4. Well, and now you can see that what is going on. Now 24, it is almost like that. Here we can see. 600, well, 575. And here trillion is trillion possibles. It would be billion megawatts. And now here you can see. Okay, I would privately calculate it, and here you can see. Let's go. And I would privately calculate. Okay. Now what is 3 multiplied by 575 in 15. Well, here we can see, and here we what is 12, 1.12. You can see the points, and still that is kinetic energy is still like the points. And here we can see it 0.98 multiplied by 1,500, 408 multiplied by 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius. Okay, and now here we can see, oh, still it is unchanged. Well, here you can see here three multiple, oh my god, Adonai. Here we can see the points. Michaela, I would apologize that here calculation would be uh, accidentally wrong. Okay, everything is okay for me. Oh, and here we can see one time is 1.12, and that's it. Okay, now here you can see, now here is the difference between feminist me and misogynist me. Okay, now what feminist me can do, I will tell you. Feminist me would tell, just tell it like that. Well, here she would, feminist me would show myself too attractive to get an unethical honeymoon with Israeli Mossad agent. I mean Israeli Mossad officers. And it is the threat for Israeli sovereignty. Okay? But what if I would be misogynist me? Now it is misogynist me, but here I have a proper knowledge, well, I have a proper idea of the kinetic power of 575 billion megawatts, and the fuel weight would be 1.93 multiplied by 10 to the power negative triple six. Oh, triple six. Misogynist me would say that here my necessary artificial solar art reactor weight would be 1.93 multiplied by 10 to the power negative triple six 655 kilogram. That is extremely less than 1 picogram. Okay, and now when we misogynist man call out the cleavage show, cleavage women who show her proper cleavage for in the purpose of adult task or adult content creator on social media. Well, here we can see she has no knowledge that what she would present here to sabotage the Bangladeshi army generals. And here you can see that how Bangladeshi army general, how here feminist me versus misogynist me can work. Okay. Now here you can see, well, it is the points, and now here I can show how our well cleavage showing, complete cleavage showing and sleeveless cleavage cloth showing is just only in the purpose on adult contents. Well, I mean, pornography. Well, and here you can see, and it is the dangerous points. Yes. When misogynist women like me followed the points, well, the feminist Divija Bhasin want to say that we should ignore the cleavage showing girls. Well, when the cleavage showing girls is dangerous for sovereignty of Israel because they have no knowledge about kinetic power to sabotage Bangladeshi Army General. They have no thermal energy law knowledge to sabotage Bangladeshi thermal generals. And now, Michaela, you can skip the points because here you have to show it as a segments. Because here, I think Divija Bhasin, the supporters of Cleve's girl, is dangerous for the sovereignty of Israel. In the previous, in the first video, well, you want actually show it that how Divija Bhasin feminism is dangerous for England. Nationalism. Okay. Now I would show it for the CIA point. Salam Habibi, how are you all? I hope you are fine. It's me, Michaela Caesar. I am here with you. Now in this point, we are hosting Divija Bhasin, but I have discussed with Scarlett Johnson and about roasting Divija Bhasin. And here, when I discussed what's the topic is a short video of Divija Bhasin where short video of Divija Bhasin where Divija Bhasin support complete cleavage clothes. Okay. And when a man say, women, you can wear Western clothes, but please don't wear the complete cleavage cloth. What is Divija Bhasin and the feminist women response? That is, mind your own business. And the feminist women always wear the full sleeve cleavage cloth. And my hand is sleeveless and my leg would be sleeveless. Well, I would wear a bikini in office. It is my choice. It is the response from Divija Bhasin, not me. Well, I have discussed the points to Scarlett Johnson. Okay. But now, the point is that Scarlett Johnson gets angry and now she would agree with me to difference between feminist CIA female agent versus misogynist CIA female agents. Okay, because in the story, Scarlett Johansson is United States Central Intelligence secret agent from CIA. And here we can discuss that what is the difference between feminist, so the feminist secret agent of CIA versus misogynist secret agents of CIA. And now, first of all, I would see the points. Okay. Now here, I have covered the some parts, sections of photo with words because it is so dangerous. Okay, because Divija Bhasin supports the feminist Scarlett Johansson who were just like that this type of bikini in the office. Well, here is our frustration would be increase millisecond by millisecond, and the rate is trillion times. Okay. Now, well, I am frustrated about myself. Okay. Well, I am scared about myself that if I can be terrorist to kill women, the person I hate in the real life. Well, now here I can see you. So, how feminist Scarlett Johansson, I mean, feminism work in CIA. Okay. Now here is here is discussion in Central Intelligence Agency office that what is the plan to assassinate pro-Palestinian Bangladeshi leader Hasnat Abdullah. Okay. Now, pro-Bangladeshi, I mean the it is America. Well, now here we can see pro-Bangladeshi person in America can be welcome in America. Pro-Russian in America is welcome in America. Or pro-Chinese is foreign persons is welcome in the United States of America. It is not bad points. Because pro-Chinese person, pro-Russian persons, or pro-North Korean persons can be productive. If you are not productive, you cannot have a right to be freedom. You cannot contest the right of freedoms. Well, if you are productive, only then you can have a freedom. This mindset is welcome in United States of America. But what is the problem about pro-Palestinians? The problem about pro-Palestinian foreign person is, well, they are destructive. Okay. Their mindset is like that. When if there is any invention of a car with the velocity of 800 kilometers per second. That is black magic for pro-Palestinian. Okay. Now, well, if pro-Palestinian, if the car contains the velocity of 800 kilometers per second, that is black magic according to pro-Palestinian. Okay. And now Hassan Abdullah is pro-Palestinian Bangladeshi leader. And here is the plan is to assassinate pro-Palestinian Bangladeshi leader Hassan Abdullah. Because, well, Hassan Abdullah contains potentiality to attack on American place, I mean the American significant place. Okay. Now let's check what is the plan of feminist Scarlett Johnson, the United States CIA feminist secret agent. Now here we can see. Let's define. Okay. And here we can see what is the opinion of feminist Scarlett Johnson's. Feminist Scarlett Johnson is dialogue is forget it, Habibi Tulsi. I do not need to kill any pro-Palestinian like Hasnat Abdullah. Wallah Habibi Tulsi. If you support every pro-Palestinian Bangladeshi terrorist in United States of America, I feed you milk from my harem. Okay. Now, well, feeding milk from harem is like something like adult contents, and it is 18 plus contents. Okay. And in this case, well, I had the complete fetus section photo with the word vulgarity. Because it is always well 18 plus fractions. Well, I cannot show it to the person with the age of 14 to 17. That means I cannot show it properly to teenager of under age. And under 18 teenagers. Okay? Well, now you can see this level of vulgarity is actually promoted by Divija Bhasin. Okay. Now it is the office point, and women is the official agent of some normal task, and women agent is office. But Divija Bhasin support this like of official dress code in the CIA office, and it is the problem. We can discuss it. And here is your points. In these problems, the other CIA officers probably distract from the plan to assassinate pro-Palestinian Bangladeshi leader Hassan Abdullah. And what is the point? And that is the national threat of sovereignty in United States of America. Okay. And now here I can show you that how the misogynist Scarlett Johnson, how the Scarlett Johnson, the United States CIA misogynist secret agent works. Okay. Now here is a plan to assassinate the pro-Palestinian Bangladeshi leader Hasnat Abdullah. Okay. Here, Scarlett Johnson wear cleavage lace, wear shirts with no cleavage. Her sleeve is full sleeve or quarter sleeve. Western shirts, but no cleavage and quarter sleeve. It is the points of that. And now, here we can see how misogynist Scarlett Johnson present the plan to assassinate pro-Palestinian Bangladeshi leader Hasnat Abdullah. Okay, now here we can see, I can show it. Well, here is the points. Here is points that we can see. Well, how misogynist Scarlett Johnson can present the plan to assassinate pro-Palestinian Bangladeshi leader Hasnat Abdullah. Okay. Now here we can show you that how misogyny works. Okay. The misogyny works is like that. Here we can see half of weight of car would be 1 ton. Weight of car is 2 tons, but according with the physics, here we can show you that half of weight of car would be 1 ton. Okay. Now here departure is New York of the United States of America, and the arrival is Dhaka, Bangladesh. Okay. Now here we can see, well, flying distance is 12,672 kilometers. Okay. But I think I have misspell of kilometers. Well, I can with the points. I can show it. Well, the flying here is, we can say, The flying distance is 12,672 kilometers. Okay. And now here we can see what is the flying distance. Okay, the flying time is flying distance I have shown, but what about the flying time? That is 1 second. Okay. Now, what about the calculation of kinetic powers? Because I have calculated the kinetic powers where time is 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 5 minutes, 1 hours, and particularly, I calculate, I have calculated distance is I calculate time as a, I have forgot something to take, talk. Oh, I remember it. I can say I calculate kinetic power with times where time is sometimes like when I can input the time like 1 day, 2 day, 1 month, 1 year. But this times I have an input of time that is 1 second. And now when the time is 1 second, only 1 second, how I can calculate the kinetic powers? Simple. Okay. Kinetic power P is 0.5 multiplied by weight of car. That means half of weight of Scarlett Johansson car multiplied by distance car. That is the kinetic power. I did not mention here the time because time is 1 second. Okay, and now here we can see half of weight is 1 tons. That means 1,000 kilogram, and we can mention right that 10 to the power 3. I mean 10 cube. Well, 10 cube enter multiple by 12,672 square enter multiple by 10 cube enter square. But the problem is that here in the exponents rules we can say exponents numbers exponents of exponents, I mean can be multiplied by when a to the power m enter to the power n. Okay, that means m to the power a to the power mn. Here we can see 10 cube enter square is 10 to the power 6. But now here I have already 10 cube. Okay. A to the power m enter multiple by a to the power n is a to the power bracket of n plus n. And result is we have to calculate 10 to the power 9 enter multi-cube, enter multiple by, well, 12,672 square. And the result is, well, 116.6 billion megawatts. Okay. Now here we can see, here fuel is artificial solar arc reactor with temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now here necessary fuel weights, we can see that M equal to 3 multiplied by kinetic power divided by bracket of eta multiplied by specific heat multiplied by temperature bracket close. Okay. And now, well, but it is the equation can be used where we can have contains the kinetic energy, not a kinetic power. But in there, we have a kinetic power in lieu of kinetic energy without tan. But how was it possible that we calculate it with the only with kinetic power? It is just because time was 1 second. Okay. And here we can see time was 1 second in the points. Now, and here we can see kinetic energy is 3 multiplied by kinetic powers. 3 times backup kinetic power is kinetic energy. Well, kinetic power can be kinetic energy and kinetic energy can be kinetic power if time is 1 second. Travel time is 1 second. Okay. Now here the calculation is bracket of 481.8 multiplied by 10 to the power 15e enter bracket divided by enter bracket of 0.98 multiplied by 15,408 multiplied by 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 the brackets. Okay. But I have perhaps I have forgot to complete the enter brackets. Well, okay, that's fine. And now here we can see how well misogyny works in the points. And the result is the necessary fuel weight would be 4.8 multiplied by 10 to the power 655. I mean 4.8 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 655 kilogram. That was less than 1 picogram. Okay. And this amounts artificial solar arc reactor with a temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius. I need it. Okay. And here also we can say the points. And now it is the necessary as we can think. Well, but now what if here we can see when misogynist Scarlett Johnson contains the plan to assassinate pro-Palestinian Bangladeshi leader Hasnat Abdullah. That means the cause was Hasnat Abdullah was ready to attack on pro-Palestinian attack on the United States of America, particularly New York City. And here we can say, I would talk about that, but I would later talk about that. But firstly, the points Scarlett Johnson will talk about that. Okay, my dear beautiful misogynist girl, Scarlett Johnson's. I think my misogynist beautiful girlfriend Scarlett Johnson's. Here we can talk you the points. What is the plans of Hasnat Abdullah? Okay. Now I can talk about the points. Here what about Hasnat Abdullah points? Okay. And here we can say well, I can write here feminist Hasnat here T is misspelled Hasnat Abdullah plan. Here feminist Hasnat Abdullah plan is okay. Here we can see 100,000 kilograms. I mean 100 tons. They would contains. But here we can see depart is New York, United States of America. But what about the points? Attack is here misogynist secret as CIA agent Scarlett Johnson's reports. Okay. Now here flying distance we can see 12,672 kilometer. Okay. Now here we can see what is the flying time. Flying time is here 14 hours. Okay. Now here we can say 14 hours. Well, I have a private calculation. So what is 14 hours? 14 hours multiplied by 3600 seconds per hour. That means 50,400 seconds. Okay. Here we can see 50,400 seconds. Okay. Now here we can see the kinetic power would be, it is just interesting. Well, I apologize. Well, that would be the significant points. It is, we can say 140 hours. Okay. Now let's see. It is 5,004,000 seconds. Okay. And now here we can see the points. Here the kinetic power is here we can see kinetic power is half of weight of plane, half of weight of plane multiple by distance square divided by travel cube. Okay. And now here we can see here is significant points. Okay. Now here we can see 504 to the power cube. Here we can see the points. And here the point to be noted, my lords. Well, here you can see it. Half of weights would be here one well 3 nines. 9 divided by 9 is just one, like once. Okay. Oh my Adonai. 1e5. And here, well, 3 nines. And here 3 2 6. 6 subtract by 9 is -3. Well, 5 subtract by 3 is 2. Well, here we can see that means 100. Well, here is the calculations as we can see. 12,672 square divided by 504 cube and here we can see multiple by hundreds. That means almost 126 watts. Okay. Now here we can see 126 watts. Well, but here we can see the Hasnat Abdullah is pro-Palestinian. Well, I have forgot to mention it. Feminist pro-Palestinian Hasnat Abdullah. Well, they would petrol. They would imply petrol as a fuel of the plane. Okay, fuel with okay. I have misspelled with temperature of what 50 degree Celsius. It is the 50 degree Celsius points, and it is well. It is not fuel. It is petrol. Okay. Necessary petrol. Now here necessary petrol volume. Now here we can say necessary petrol volume variable is capital V. 3 multiple and here backup kinetic energy is 3 multiple by kinetic power multiple by T. Because here we can say our flying time, Hasnat Abdullah's flying time is 140 hours. Okay. Here we can see eta multiple by rho. Because we know the rho is, well, weight multiple by volume. Now that means weight is the multiplication between volume and density. Okay. And now here we can see the points. 100 multiple by 0.778. Okay. And here we can see what is 3 multiple by 126. Well, 26 multiple by 3 is always 78. That means 3 multiple by 126 what is 378. And here multiple by 5 million 5 million 4,000 seconds. Okay. Because your flying time of Hasnat Abdullah is 140. Okay. Now here we can see 300, well, bracket of 378 multiple by 5 million 4,000. Okay. Here we can see the points. Calculation is somehow the problematics for us because it is somehow the difficult, but we can do it. 0.98 multiple by 100 multiple by 0.778 because here specific heat of petrol is 2 joule per kilogram per Kelvin. Okay. And here we can see 2.5 million liter of petrol. Okay. Now here we can see 2.5 million liter of petrol. Now here we can see 2.5 million liter of petrol. Okay. Just for a moment, here we can see the points. Well, Michaela, if here you can see the travel time is 140 hours. Here and the half of weight is almost 100,000 kilograms. You can say the kinetic power is almost 126 watt. Okay, and the necessary petrol volume is 2.5 million liter of petrols. That means, just for wait a moment. Yes, that means here we can see that it is we waste our times. We can see here the points. What is 140 hours? Okay, let's get divide 140 hours by 24 hours per day. Okay, now here we can see that is almost 5.83 continuous. Well, 5 divided by 24 is 120. That means 5 hours. I mean 5 days, 20 hours. Okay. The plane would travel. Here the fuel cost is 2.5 million United States dollars. Okay. Now here we can see 2.5 million United States dollars. Here it is the problematic. Okay. Now what if the travel time of Hassan Abdullah is 10 times deduct? I mean 10 times reduce. That means now the flying time is 40 hours. Okay. 40 hours. That means, well, it is reduced by 10 times. Okay. Now we can say it. Well, what about the kinetic powers? What about the kinetic energies? Where flying distance is same. Everything is constant without flying times. Okay. Now flying time is time increase 1,000 times. That means the new flying time would be almost 126 kilowatts. Okay. And here we can see the points. Kinetic energy here would increase 100 times, but the thermal energy is like same. But volume. And here we can say, well, 250 million liter of petrols would be needed. That means the cost would be 250 million United States dollars. Okay. Now here, I don't care about Bangladeshi currencies. Well, they can destroy their currencies as their own wish. I never mind. Perhaps, Michaela, you are frustrated on the cost of. Perhaps you are frustrated with the cost because here we can see that here 250 million United States dollars means here 25 billion Bangladeshi taka. That means 2,500 crore Bangladeshi takas. Well, it is the lot for Bangladeshis like you, but for me, I am an American misogynist woman. It is just dollars. $1 means $1. But now, dollar is not problem for me. But the problem for me is pro-Palestinian terrorist Hasnat Abdullah is planning to attack in 5 days, 20 hours. Okay. And how feminist me are planning to assassinate pro-Palestinian Bangladeshi leader Hasnat Abdullah. Okay. Now here will meet the feminist Scarlett Johnsons. Here you can notice is that I have no brains. Here you can notice is I have no brain, that I can calculate the I can present the proper plan to assassinate the pro-Palestinian Bangladeshi leader Hasnat Abdullah, because the feminist me has even no knowledge about the civic sense or the sociology in class 3. And the result is I wear bikini in the office of Central Intelligence Agency of United States of America. And here we can see it is more dangerous that how I can get the feelings. Here I have a proper vulgar. Here I have a proper vulgar points. The proper vulgar. I have a proper cleavage. I have sleeveless hand, sleeveless leg. That means I have. I am proper in a bikini, but I am in a Central Intelligence Agency. Okay. Now, well, I have no talents that I can show the proper plan to assassinate the pro-Palestinian Bangladeshi leader Hasnat Abdullah. When I can not condense the proper plans to assassinate pro-Palestinian Bangladeshi leader Hasnat Abdullah. Okay, and here we can see the feminist me have a plan that I show my bikini me to distract my CIA officer from the plan to assassinate the pro-Palestinian Bangladeshi leader Hasnat Abdullah. Okay, now your pro-Palestinian Bangladeshi leader Hasnat Abdullah would assassinate by me, and it would be just normal for feminist me, because I am not capable to be a CIA officer. Even I have no civic sense that I could not know that bikini. The feminist Scarlett Johnson could know the bikini is not allowed in Central Intelligence Agency. Okay, it is only for adult contents. Okay, and now here we can see On the other hand, now I am showing my misogynist me. Okay. Now I can show my misogynist me. Well, the misogynist me is a significant points. The misogynist me is significant because here I can present, the misogynist Scarlett Johnson can present the plan of to assassinate the pro-Palestinian Bangladeshi leader Hassan Abdullah, because I know what is the plan that Hassan Abdullah take time to attack on New York of United States of America. Okay, and here we can see the misogynist Scarlett Johnson works. Well, I know that what is the equations of kinetic energy. What is the equations of kinetic power of a car, and I can know that what is the conditions that we can consider kinetic energy as completely kinetic power. Or we know it. The kinetic power is Newtonian kinetic power. Well, we know then hydrogen nuclear chemistry, and we can generate the artificial solar arc reactor with temperature of 666 multiplied by 10 to the power 666 degrees Celsius. Okay, as a fuel. And here we can say 4.8 multiplied by 10 to the power negative 655 kilograms of artificial solar weight. Now here we can see that is a great achievement for me. Well, but when man requests women to wear the decent clothes, how Divija Bhasin asked, reply to man, mind your own business. Okay, but she does not know that the women with Western descent clothes can present the plan to assassinate pro-Palestinian Bangladeshi leader Hassan Abdullah, well, with the implementations of Newtonian kinetic power and the condition where Newtonian kinetic energy can be Newtonian kinetic powers. Well, here we can see a full. What is the chemistry of hydrogen nuclear reaction? And we know the thermal energy equations. It is the misogynist me can work. But what about feminist me? Well, feminist me cannot have any knowledge of the civic sense that I cannot wear bikini in the Central Intelligence Agency office. Yes. I cannot have a basic sociology that how dare anybody can expect from me to represent the plan to assassinate pro-Palestinian Bangladeshi Hasnat Abdullah. Well, they can expect the, the plan from the misogynist me. Okay? Now your 1 hour has been completed. Well, I don't know that how is going on my misogynist girlfriend Michaela. Let's see.